In this part of the video, I'll be installing the motors. The motors that I'll be using in this build, on this frame, will be the Emax RS 2205 2300 kV red bottoms. The reason why I choose these motors is because they're very smooth, very durable, pretty indestructible. The bell housing, it's probably one of the strongest bell housings that I've seen on a motor. Believe me, I crashed it through many concretes and crashed it many times, and these motors, they still keep on going. And the most important thing for me is gotta keep flying. The more flight time I have, the better I become as a pilot, and I can improve. If I'm grounded, I can't get any better. But the great thing about these motors is that they're inexpensive. At the time I bought these motors, they were going about $15. Then at one point they were at $19.99. So they range about $16 to about $20. These motors are probably now obsolete because these are the RS23. The RS 2205 2300 kV red bottoms version 1 or V1. They came out with an updated version V2. So a little small update. So I'm not going to go into the difference between the two types of versions of motors, or the video will run long. So I'm going to go unpackage the motors out of the box and take a quick look. What do we have in the box? You have your Allen wrench, your mounting screws, and then your propeller lock nuts. These are the black ones. This is the clockwise rotation screws. So basically when you tighten, you have to tighten anti-clockwise. If you wanted to get the clockwise rotation, you would have to get the counterclockwise motors. Confusing? Yes. But so here's an up close of what this motor is famously called is the red bottoms. Red bottoms meaning or because the red anodized bottom housing. So this is the bell housing right here, and then you have your shaft or your propeller mount. This bell housing is pretty solid, indestructible. As you can see, it's pretty thick right here compared to other motors. If you want to make a quick comparison, here I have is a T motor, F60, 2206, 2450 kV. These motors are very powerful, but the thing is, the bell housing is so thin. I guess you try to make it super light compared to the Emax. You can't really make the comparison, but it is thin. See through these cracks, but I use this motor now to see the bell housing. I think the shaft is bent. Have to replace the shaft, but it doesn't really spin anymore. But I love those motors, they're very powerful. But back to the red bottom. So yeah, spins freely, not too bad, not too shabby. Super smooth motors. Like I said, check out that thickness of the bell housing. It's one of the thickest one I've seen, and it looks like it's pretty indestructible. And it's been proven. So RS 2205 2300 clockwise motor. I just got these because they're on sale, and so I had to jump on it. Normally I get the counterclockwise motors, but it doesn't matter. It still spins the same way. Like I said, just the rotation of the propeller lock nut when you tighten it. So So that's enough close. Now let's go install these motors onto the frame. So in the hardware or fastener bag, again, in order 1, 2, 3. 3 is for the mounting on the motors. Basically, you have your lock nut for your propellers, and then you have your hex screws to mount your motors onto the frame. So I'm going to get these out of the bags and mount the motors onto the frame. Before I finish mounting the motors onto the frame, like I was explaining in my intro build or video of this build series, you can, like say, you can mount the motors this way and run the wires down here, and then put your ESCs on the bottom, and then that way you won't have what they call it a prop strike. Sometimes when you crash them, props bend and they still spin and they'll hit your ESCs right here. So that's the reason why for these holes in this hole on the very end. It's not to put the motor all to the end, but yeah. But I prefer to put my ESCs on the top because the type of ESCs that I'm using, um, I need to see the status of the ESCs, and that's through the LED light.